Hi, my name is Danish, and in this video, I'll be answering the 4 questions related to pine needles and Ontario Place negotiation. One of the biggest conflict in pine needles request to completely redesign the testing room to resemble a pine forest versus Ontario Place's refusal to make any physical changes. As the manager of the pine needle, I would like to negotiate a compromise that meets the group's need for atmosphere without requiring construction. For example, I would propose using temporary forest theme wall hangings, adding real or artificial pine decor, a diffuser with pine scent, and rented wooden furniture. This can set up and taken down easily, satisfying the band without permanent changes. That way, Ontario Place avoids spending too much on renovating anything while the pine needle still gets the relaxing nature vibe they want. To begin with the negotiation, I would suggest a ticket of price $70. This is just under the maximum Ontario Place can charge $75, keeping tickets accessible while maximizing profit. From what I would propose a 60-40 split revenue with 60% going to Pine Needle and 40% to Ontario Place. That means we'd be aiming to get $42 per ticket. However, I would expect Ontario Place to start lowering, maybe offering a 50-50 split or pushing for the Pine Needles to take $30 or less. I would remind them that the Pine Needles are major draw for their Canada Day audience and could boost their reputations and sales. If the pushback, I would be willing to negotiate down to $35 per ticket, especially if they're flexible on their priorities like dressing room, ambience, or adding private outdoor areas. One creative idea I would bring to the table is a VIP stream of concert with behind the scenes access as sold a premium add-on for fans who cannot attend. Ontario Place could benefit from the added revenue, and Pine Needle could approve clips that don't invade their privacy. This idea could be introduced by me as Pine Needle's manager to add value to both sides without physical demands on the venue. It helps boost fan engagement while maintaining the band's preferences for limited fan interaction during the show. In my opinion, the hardest part for the negotiation isn't specific item like price or dressing room. It's managing the emotions and rigid expectations of both sides, especially with the Pine Needle being used to always getting their ways and Ontario Place trying to stay firm and cost effective. This challenge reminds me of what we learned in Duel at Mall Wall video. How emotional rigidity can derail negotiations. To prevent that, I'd use calm, interest-based communication like we saw in Getting to Yes, focusing on why each party wants what they want instead of saying yes or no. I would build trust by using transparent about key needs and listening closely to Ontario Place's terms and conditions. That's way we can work together to create creative trade-offs like giving slightly on money in exchange of better backstage experience. Thank you for listening.